in the mood for some games right now. Want to do the At Least trend?
Are you sure? I don't want to make you cry.
Come on, babe. I can handle it.
But you gotta promise me a fun night later.
Oh, of course.
You go first.
At least I have a brain.
At least I know how to drive.
At least I'm not poor.
At least I know how to read.
At least I'm not 6 feet tall.
At least I'm not 6 feet wide.
At least I'm not annoying.
At least I don't sweat when I eat.
At least my own mother doesn't flinch when I hug her.
At least I didn't get fired from a volunteering job.
At least my family doesn't have a poop knife.
At least I don't have obsessive burger consumption disorder.
At least I can tolerate milk.
At least I don't have to turn sideways to fit through doors.
At least I don't have to set a reminder to shower.
At least my therapist hasn't blocked my number.
At least I don't play Fortnite.
At least I don't have to carry deodorant 24/7 just to smell good.
At least I don't have to convince myself that people actually like me.
At least my existence doesn't make people reconsider having kids.
At least my birth wasn't my mom's biggest regret.
At least my dad didn't fake his own death to get away from me. At least my parents didn't swap me out at the hospital and hope for a better one. At least my dad didn't tell me I was a mistake twice. At least my funeral won't have empty seats. At least both my parents didn't commit deletion. Hey, babe, you there? It's your turn.